to start specifically by thanking CEL Academic and all committees for giving me the opportunity to join in this great meeting and present my study to you all. It's a real privilege to be in this event and to do so. Well, my name is Padhilah. I'm a master's student in Indonesian University of Education, located in Bandung, West Java, Indonesia. I'm now speaking from my hometown in Sengkang, one of Bugis Tribe territories in Wajo Regency, South Sulawesi Province, Indonesia. Well, within approximately 10 minutes, I'll be speaking about my study focusing on integrative and instrumental motivation in EFL learning in English as foreign language learning, which is then showing a result of an investigation of EFL students in South Sulawesi, Indonesia. Well, the key points that I'll be explaining are the interaction, the purpose of the study, the methodology, the result, and the conclusion. Well, motivation is an important aspect in language learning that has a significant role in the student's learning development. As in many aspects in language learning, it is also believed that motivation stimulates the student to learn the target language. Motivation are led by the numerous motives which then indicated into two aspects known as integrative and instrumental motivation. Integrative motivation relates to the desire of learning for integrating within the language society, while the instrumental motivation relates to the reasons of learning for gaining certain goals like career purpose. These two aspects of motives are definitely not new topics, and it has been discussed for a long time ago. It was started in the late 1950s when two social psychologists from Canada, Robert Gardner and Wallace Lambert, conducted a series of studies on language learning, including motivation. Since then, researchers have focused on second language motivation from different angles for more than 50 years. With that, why do I interested to conduct this study if it has been discussed 4 years ago? Well, I was triggered by the question, why do one, two, or several students are found to have no desire in learning, in participating the learning activities? So I found that one factor is the learning material that didn't match the students' motives. Then I also found several researchers studied the same topic. Well, I'll show you four of them. First, Biology in 2011 stated that the students' learning progress as one of the positive effects resulted from the students who have high motivation can be seen by their grade. And second, by Sanghar in 2012, whose study showed that both motivation types, integrative and instrumental motivation, are indicated to influence the students. And the third, by Momas in 2013, his study showed the importance of exploring students' motivation by the teacher who wants to stimulate the students' motivation as it can affect the language learning process. And the last from Hindi Virgo in 2017 showed that most respondents had integrative motivation, and it also had marked effect to students' participation. As the study showed the necessary of knowing the students' motivation, then I wanted to investigate the students' motivation types, especially in my own town, considering no one in my territory had not figured this yet. And I also wish the study could show that it is important to encourage the students to achieve high academic score as one positive response to their learning process. So the purpose is to analyze the integrative and instrumental motivation of EFL learning in learning English, specifically to which of the both motivation types, either integrative or instrumental motivation, dominantly push the students to learn English, and its impact on the students' desire to whether or not it will encourage them to have high academic score achievement. So the method of the study was descriptive quantitative, and from 76 students, the respondents were unfortunately only 29 at the time I took the data. The small numbers of respondents given the feedback at the time was because of a particular reason. Well, then this is the first item I used in the instrument adapted from attitude and motivation test battery that developed by Robert Gardner. This first item is representing the student's instrumental motivation. As you see that it presents motives of learning for future career, being an English teacher, learning English because the English as an international language, uh, for being confident or for taking school abroad. This second item representing the student's integrative motivation. As you see, the motives relates to reasons for understanding English movie, pop music, international games, etc. Using English to speak with people from different countries, participating in international events, studying culture and social life of English speaking people. For collecting the data, I first requested a permission from the academic bureau, then asked class chairman to administer the online questionnaire via WhatsApp, and then collected the data with Google document. Then the data, which were taken in three sections, as first for differentiating each respondent's answer, second for figuring out the student's motivation type, and the last for measuring the effect on the student's learning result given in the form of Likert scale compared to mean and standard deviation. Then, well, this is the result. The table presenting the comparison between both aspects of integrative and instrumental motivation. It shows that these two motivation aspects have respectively 4 and 3.98 of mean score. It's a guess that both aspects give high impact on the student's learning process, although different score, which shows that integrative motivation is slightly higher than instrumental motivation, is indicated as small difference. And then the table we're seeing now present a frequency of students participating in the class discussion. As it is seen that about 70% of students often participated in the class discussion, it's a guess that the students' motivation push them to be active in the class. Then this last table shows the student's GPA score as one factor to measure whether the student's motivation encouraged them to have high grade score as one positive response to their learning process. It shows that about 89% of students achieve 3.6 to 4 GPA score. Thus, it's a guess that the students' motivation stimulates them to achieve high academic score, as it is believed that students' motivation relates to their good score achievement. Well, based on the result, it can be concluded that the students are indicated to have both aspects of motivation, although the integrative motivation are slightly higher than instrumental motivation. Then, the majority of students are active in the class, in which they often participated in the class discussion, whether giving questions or proposing suggestions. And last, most students have high GPA scores. Well, therefore, the students are integratively and instrumentally motivated. Moreover, both aspects encourage the students to achieve high score. Well, I will end my presentation by stating Colin J. Marsh quotation. If teachers have a sound understanding of the different types of student motivation, then they are in better position to provide a more conducive learning environment to students that better promotes their learning. Well, that's all for my presentation. Thanks for your kind attention. Well, um, I really realized that this study have several limitations, so I wish that you can give me some suggestions, or you have a question, you're also welcome to give it to me. Well, I'll hand over to the host, please.
All right. Thank you, Nur Padhilah. That was an amazing presentation. All right. The presentation about how instrumental motivation affects and the students in EFL learning has indeed become a great topic to be discussed in this conference. And all right, I will see if anyone who wants to ask a question. So as I can see, Dr. Maminder, she has a question. So I will unmute Dr. Maminder. Hold on. Okay, Dr. Maminder, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
You may address your question to Nur Padhilah.
Okay. Hi, Nur Padhilah.
Hi, Dr.
Can you hear me? Okay,
yes,
right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very good study indeed. It's a very, very good study. You have used Gardner for motivation. He's the guru, of course, for motivational, investigations. Okay, my only worry is that I feel that it is a bit too overgeneralized, meaning that you have about 79 respondents. I'm wondering, why didn't you give the questionnaire to all? Because if you look at research methodology books, okay, Yin, Creswell, Sekaran, and so on, the N for sample minimum should be 30. All right,
Yes.
Standardized, accepted sampling should be 30. Since you only looked at 29, I'm just wondering, should I have actually conducted for all 79 respondents, 76 if I'm not mistaken? That would have given you a better kind of case study related to your specific setting, okay? However, to improve, like you suggested, right? You wanted to have some ideas on improvement. Why don't you look at each sections of Gardner's motivational questionnaire? All right, the questionnaire ATMB, I'm not sure the name of the questionnaire actually, Gardner's. Okay, you can actually specify after doing the questionnaire, after doing the quantitative research, you can actually have a focus group interview, and your semi-structured interview question can be devised from those items in the questionnaire. Okay, that would give you a better standing. Okay, but since this is only a master, so I feel it's okay, right? But the N, you have to be very careful with N, should not be below 30. But if you need to, improve it later for later prospect of the study, you can include a qualitative part of it. Okay, yeah, motivation is what we need now. And the present situation. Yeah, during COVID-19, we really need motivation to encourage students to learn online and all that, remote learning, right? In fact, it's a very good study. Okay, thank you, Padhilah.
Yes, thank you very much for your suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maminder, for addressing the question. Any other questions? Anyone who has any questions to help Nur Padhilah to gain more insights on the method to conduct the study effectively? Okay, so I think, is that all? Okay, so let's see, there's no, okay, so there's no question.
We all are tired. All are tired.
I understand. We are all tired, and I think there is no question. All right, but Nur Padhilah, you did a great job. Your title is very attractive.